Yo. So this is gonna be like a little vlog, just chilling with my brother and pops. Just we're gonna start talking about mental health, what's important, and what we need to do, or the things that we do to get through it. As far as
Oh no! Oh
be
shit!
able to
Yeah.
be able to really
I
talk
gotta
about
go.
our mental and really like I don't know how to go about this one, but we just gonna make it. We just gonna freestyle it because I'm with my brother. So shout out to King. Um, what's a couple of things that's important for you when it comes to the mental? When it comes to your mental mental health.
You said three things that's important.
Couple things.
Couple things that's important to mental health.
Yeah, for you.
Knowing what's bothering you and when it's bothering you, and knowing what to do when that happens. So you could be going through something, you could be going through anything, and depending on what it is, you might not even want to speak to people about it. You might want to keep it to yourself. You might want to talk to God, your partner, and make sure if you do decide to talk to someone, if you're not married, don't talk to them. You know what I mean? Talk to your wife about the issue or the problem that you may have. Now, a lot of times your wife can't help you with the problem that you have, especially most times when you're a man. There's some things that they can assist you with, but a lot of problems that we have as men, nobody can really help us, but other men that we can build with, they can help us because they've been in our shoes. They been through what we've been through. And also, like, just staying positive with your mental health. You can do different things that you love doing, like, working out, playing basketball, going play pool, or even just going to go fish, swimming if that's what you do. Anything that's positive that's going to add to what you like doing in your life. And can't forget about the gun range, because after you shoot some rounds down range, you feel good. It's like you get the release. You feel stress off of you, and you feel like you're having a good day, and whatever you're going through after that, you might feel a little bit better.
For me, what's important about your mental health is having a solid foundation and a solid brotherhood. And what I mean, a solid brotherhood, because man hold man accountable. Even when we doing wrong and we do something wrong, like my brother tell me, like, nah, you effed up. Like, so why you feel like you not effing up? He holds me accountable, and being held accountable for a man is very, very important when it comes to our brotherhoods. Because if we don't hold each other accountable, we basically just out here doing anything and not having no consequences behind it. So my mental health, as far as my mental health, what I try to do with my mental health is I work out, I try to go for walks, I try to do positive videos, I try to do inspiration, motivation, and also try to surround myself around the loved ones. And only I could control my reaction to certain situations. I can't control everything else. I can only control what I let bother me or whatever I engage into to react to. Another thing that's so important about this is because society with us, as far as black men, you're going to get it out there like that. Like, as far as with black men, we go through so much, we deal with so much, and we just deal with the outside. This pops, what's going on? So we try our hardest sometimes we got so much on our plates because we try to take care of families, we try to take care of our parents, we try to take care of our kids, we try to take care of bills. We always trying to be the protectors and the providers in the family, and sometimes we're not able to express how we feel and how overwhelmed we are until we crash out. And it's very important for you to get an outlet before you crash out, because you're going to hurt yourself and hurt somebody else and find yourself in a situation that you're not going to be able to control.
True.
How you feel about that, Pops?
That makes sense. My opinion is a lot of young people, they stress out and they go to drinking, alcohol, drugs,
Sex is one of them.
sex, violent tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, if you don't release, it don't have to be drugs or anything. If you don't take into account that if you're not healthy, you can't be healthy for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You can't go out and work a job, come home and take care of the family if you yourself isn't taking care. So the bottom line, my opinion, the bottom line, take care of yourself first. I don't care whatever everybody else is going through. If you're not physically and mentally stable and set for yourself, you can't be for nobody else. And that's just real. You know what I'm saying? So ask for help sometime. Hey, my best help came from talking to somebody I didn't even know, but they were willing to sit down and listen. You understand what I'm saying?
Part, yeah.
And didn't give no negative or positive vibes. They listened. So if you can find someone in your life that was important, you feel so much better afterwards. That makes sense?
Absolutely.
Because you just dumped a whole bunch of baggage and garbage. You just dumped it.
Or that toxic waste.
Yeah. Total stranger, but you dumped it. And you can move on from that. You might not move on just then, but you can build off just dumping that trash.
Yeah. Because you feel that release of all that negative things coming out of you. And sometimes a stranger is better than somebody you know. Because it's you don't want to be judged. That's number one. As men, we try not.
They're not judging.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
We don't want to get judged for the things that we got going on or something like that. So majority of the time, we be afraid to speak up or speak out to somebody that we know. And a stranger always be the perfect way to vent and release.
I think it shouldn't be that way. It happens that way, but you should be able to talk to somebody that you're close to more than a stranger.
No, I'm saying for me.
No, I know.
For
that.
me, it took a
But I'm
stranger.
saying, but you should be able to speak to people that you know. You should have. It should have like that place, that safe space to speak to somebody that you know that you knew your whole life.
I had someone. Kitten passed away. I used to go to Kitten. I used to be going through shit. I mean, I'm sorry, cousin, but I go through shit and then I go talk to Kitten. After a while, we have a beer. We may have a drink. Not a self-medicated, but we talked, and after I'm talking to her, I'm good. But after I lost her, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was stuck, cuz. You understand what I mean?
I get it, because you relied on it.
Yeah. Where can I go and say X, Y, and Z, and I know it's not gonna go any further? Or where can I go get a little sleep and get my head right so I can go do what I gotta do? You understand what I'm saying? So, with that said, by her being not there, by her not being there, I learned that it might sound selfish and crazy,
Just talk, man.
but you need to be selfish sometimes.
You do.
Most times.
You need to be selfish when it comes to your mental and your physical health.
Yes.
Or because if you're not selfish with it, or because look at your job. You can go to work every day. You're sick, coughing, other stuff.
Yeah.
Here it is. But the moment that you die, there's somebody else over there driving.
Come on.
So
You're replaceable.
right. So with that being said, be selfish for yourself when it comes to your mental and your physical.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't get up to make one step ahead of the next step to get that money for the family, if you can't do it, thinking with all this crazy stuff going on in your head, you're worthless. Not worthless as a person.
No, I get it.
The whole situation is worthless because you're defeating yourself. You're beating yourself up there.
Yep.
Right.
You all understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're beating yourself up. Like, damn, I'm so stressed here. I can't work right. Or you're stressing. You're talking crazy to people.
Yeah.
You say something crazy and then you think about it. Damn, I didn't have to say that to this person.
Yeah.
I could have said it a little differently. But if your mind ain't right, because I do this. I'm only saying that because I do this.
Right.
But when your mind right and your health is right, you feel better about everything and anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Because sometimes we could do that. We could just talk to somebody all crazy because we might be frustrated from a situation, and we don't mean to lash out on somebody, but that just be the perfect person at the perfect time for us to lash out on. And that is a part of crash out. Like, you gotta be mindful and careful with how you crash out, man. Sometimes your problems is your problems. It's not everybody else's problem, and nobody else that don't have nothing to do with your problems can be taken out on.
Right. Because at the end of the day, and I know it's crazy, your mama and your papa, your mama and papa made you, but you came in the world. And in actuality, even family, the world don't owe you nothing
At all.
Ooh, the world don't owe you nothing.
Man, I live by that. I'm cool. I'm here.
No,
listen, y'all got me here. I'm good. I'll figure the rest out on my own.
No, I get that, but we're gonna be there regardless. But
I get it, but I'm not worried
the cold
about
world. The cold world, the world itself don't owe us nothing. And the only thing I ask for the world is, don't kill my babies out there. My kids, my grandkids. With the exception of that, they don't owe me nothing. A job, a person owe me nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I feel like we live by this expectation. It's like we try to live by the world's expectations. It's like you're supposed to have all of these things and all of the luxury and all of this stuff. That's a lot to put on a man. That's a lot to put on yourself.
Right.
Your expectations is meant for you, not for the world. So you can't always try to live through somebody else's lenses. You gotta look at life through your own lens and follow your dreams and pursue your happiness.
Right.
Because somebody else's happiness is not your happiness.
True that.
You feel what I'm saying? Because we all have to have selfish happiness.
Right.
And when I mean selfish, like you said, take care of your mind and take care of your health. Right. That is a selfish thing that you have to do.
You have to do.
And that's very, very, that's number one priority.
Right.
That's top priority, not everybody else. Because if you don't take care of you 100% and you don't give yourself that time, that love, that self-care, that nurturing, that securing, and all that, you ain't gonna be good for nobody.
And then again, you said something about expectations.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to have a mindset, if you want to have a true mindset, and especially us black men, as a black man, number one expectation for me is I'm able to breathe the next day. I expect that, even though some people don't wake up to see the next day. But I expect that. I truly expect that. But when it comes to expectations, you make your own expectations. I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna get a house. I'm gonna get a wife. I'm gonna do that. I expect myself to do that. Don't let no one put their own expectations on you. It's a lot of brothers doing time. Because they love a girl, they love her so much, they expected her to be on point, but then they wind up going out stealing for her, killing for her sometimes, and taking mental abuse from her.
Yep.
Because they, that's where they put him or her. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the pedestal they gave.
Mm-hmm.
To that person or to that situation or whatever the case may be.
But live up to your own expectations, And then another one that's crucial, when it comes to your kids, your grandbabies, or however that you want to put it, expect to be the best role model for them. Honestly, myself, my thing is this. I want all my kids to have more than I ever. Understand what I'm saying? I want them to be better than everything I've done. Like fatherhood. I feel I'm a good father, but I could have done better. But I see in my kids, I expect, see, I'm going to put expectations on my kids. I expect them to be good mothers and fathers. You know why? Because I show them love.
That's the number one.
Now, if I gave you love, you know, nurturing, and I see it in my kids. I see it. I see it in all of them. All of them love their babies. They go whatever. I mean, I rode a bike to Stop and Shop to get groceries in the snowstorm, cuz. When it was in Hamden. Remember when Stop and Shop was in Hamden?
Yeah.
On a bike. You understand what I'm saying? And now he drives.
I'm gonna get there.
He drives the Acura.
I ain't buying.
Oh, but at that time, the car, I just got pulled over.
Nah, I get it. Nah, I respect.
But you understand what I'm saying?
I get the
By
message.
any means necessary.
I get
That's
the
what he's
message.
saying. Yeah.
So when
I'm catching the bus before
so,
I ride a bike.
yes.
No,
so
different.
No, I had to do it. I had to do it. It was late.
No, I get it. I respect it.
So
This is the first time I heard that story.
So when the kids come up to you and expecting you for their love, somebody to listen to, someone to feed them, house them, clothe them, do your best. Even if you ain't got a job sometime. I cleaned the church. I was in between jobs. It wasn't like I just hung around. But I got that little money and I did what I had to do. So when they come to expect to be there for them, lovingly, not judgmental, and just let them talk. Because a lot of kids can't even talk to their parents today.
Yeah, I was just telling bro a story. I ain't gonna really go too into detail, but it was crazy because I laughed at it, and I laughed at it because it's like, you know, when I give my daughter an expectation, like, because I give her an example, and sometimes I tell her like, yo, listen, don't worry about certain things right now at this very moment because you're only 14. So your expectations to the world. You don't even have to give the world expectations. No. Give yourself your expectations. Like, go to school, worry about school right now.
Right.
Do some sport and stay out the way.
Right. That's
Forget about who's gossiping, forget who like you, forget who's trying to go out with you and all of that. And she explained to me that she got her feelings hurt by a boy. And I'm like, I laughed because my natural instincts was to be like, yo, but who the told you to worry about a goddamn boy right now?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'd rather have laughed than to go into me saying that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like I told her, I said, you gotta understand that, like we lived in a us as men, we only want certain things sometimes, especially at this young age, because we see people doing certain things, and we want to be like, oh yeah, I hit that, I did that, I did this. At 13, 14, these kids having kids.
At that age, you know what I told my boys, especially my boys? I told them, have girls as friends. Bunch of them. You can have 20, 30 friends. So you'll learn to take a little rejection. You know what I'm saying? A little imperfection.
Yep.
You know, because all that's part of growing up anyways. You understand what I'm saying? Focus on your school. Just worry about your schoolwork should be the most important thing growing up at that age. And if you wind up with a friend, have a bunch of them. Ain't saying
got sex and all
go and knock them all off. You know, right or wrong. I told you this story, right? You know, because when you put sex into it, then it changed the whole dynamics. Okay. And then, you know, everybody's into their feelings. Oh, I love her. You're only 14, 15. Oh, I love her. I love him.
Yeah, Zaire gonna tell me the other day that he got a girlfriend.
See?
I said, y'all both just learn how to wipe your butt. She don't love you. He said, no. I said, you don't got no girlfriend. He said, but she love me.
Yo, that's another thing. I'm glad that we went right into that. You know, that's another thing because like I'm trying to tell my daughter, I said, you ain't lacking them nothing. You ain't lacking them love. You're not lacking them no attention. You're not lacking them anything. And majority of the time, us as men, we become predators because we look at the things that a woman is lacking at, and that's what we shoot at.
Right.
So we feel like a woman is lacking love, we're gonna go and oh yeah, but you know I love you, baby. You know, we sweet talk our way sometimes to get to what we want.
Yeah, but let her know Let her know exactly how dudes are.
I tell her that all the time. I just feel
And,
like,
and what they do, she might catch feelings for somebody and,
of
and
course,
like them.
that's normal.
You know, it's growing up. It's their teenage years. But tell her, don't. You ain't got to give in to temptation. Don't put yourself in a compromising position like at his crib and his parents not home.
Now anything can happen.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that happens to a lot of young girls, and they don't tell nobody. You know that. Oh, I was over Johnny's house, and he did X, Y, and Z. His mother and them wasn't there. They feel as though they're dirty after that. You know, especially if he forced himself upon them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They feel dirty, so they don't tell nobody. But have it in her that she can tell you anything.
I mean, that's the thing that I like, though. I like that she came and told me that, you know, I kind of like handled the situation a little bit wrong, but it was the best way probably for me at that moment to handle it.
Yeah.
Because I tried to explain to her, I said, yo, listen, it's a lot going on for me to be worrying about you and boys right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You are my priority. You are my responsibility. But at the same time, my number one thing that I want you to worry about is school.
Right.
Everything else don't matter.
Right.
Like, at your age, I wasn't even in school. I dropped out at 14, 15.
Wow.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I know what that at that age what I was doing. I wasn't doing the things that they was doing. You know what I'm saying? I was outside.
Right.
I was doing crazy shit when I was 14 years old. And that's something that I'm trying. I know she's a great student. Great student.
Right.
But I gotta tell her, I say, yo, listen, at that age, I wish somebody was telling me, go play sports.
Right.
Stay in school, play sports.
Right.
You have one of the key things that a lot of people don't have.
Right.
And that's a father.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that care for you, somebody that's here to give you the best example, somebody that's showing you what a man looks like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just like, so when I tell her, I say, yo, listen, when I tell you certain things, it's not just to hinder you or control you, is to show you what structure is, what firmness is, what really love is, and also like this is unconditional. This is not going. I'm not
ain't
going
nowhere. Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just want you to understand, like, yo, I don't want to have that as my mental worrying about. Oh, this girl right now, she's worrying about boys.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of these mothers, they don't understand. They're preparing these young ladies to be used. You know what I'm saying? You get their hair done, you get their lashes done, you get their nails done. At 14, you're preparing them for a world that's they're not ready for.
Right.
There's already a whole bunch of predators out here.
Oh, dude. Predators galore. Predators. I've been knowing predators since I was young. Seen predators out there, older dudes stalking, you know, and grooming them. You know, hey, you want some sneakers? Oh, you want a new outfit? I'll buy it. You want your hair done? I'll do it. And then they expect something.
Yeah. They fall into that. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that's part of my mental too, because it's like, you know, you're not ready for this world. You're not ready for what that brings. That unlocked a different level door. Like, a lot of people don't understand that sex is just as bad as drugs. And
that's
alcohol.
Another lane. Yeah. I mean, if they stay in the lane they're on now, they'll be fine. But once they switch over to this lane here, sex, then come from sex, then there's maybe a little weed, and before you know it, you're driving 100 miles an hour on the highway. I gotta go. I gotta get ready.
Go ahead, Pops, man.
This food, man. That was fun, man.
We still going. We still working.
But the next time that y'all have an event like this, man, I gotta get my hair cut. All right, y'all.
Yeah. So kind of back to, you know what I mean, back to like you know what I'm saying. I don't know, man. What's going on? Talk to me, man. You got a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So sometimes, how do you find yourself letting that out?
Man, what up?
When things get a little bit, I know things get a little heavy, things get a little bit like, all right, you know what I'm saying?
I know you just
Like life.
I know you feel like you said something, but you really ain't saying
Nah, I really didn't say nothing. But what I'm saying, when
So
life
you-
is life and for you, what's like your number one hobby you go to
Hobby?
yeah, like something that you just
Listen, man. When life be lifing, I start lifing with it. You gotta understand.
gotta go with it.
You gotta understand. Like, nobody said life was gonna be easy. So you already gotta have a certain mindset to like whatever happens, I'ma just roll with the punches. If you go through something, learn something from it. If somebody died, learn something from them. Like, all the different things that's gonna happen or did happen in life. It's nothing to me. Like, if I'm going through something, I don't really be going through nothing. I'm saying, even if I'm going through something, hard time, whatever, I'm always gonna get through it because I learned and I taught myself to be stronger than whatever I go through. And that's what everybody gotta do. Because not for nothing, if you ain't go through nothing yet, it's on the way. You know why? Because light is light. You can't have joy without pain. You can't have the good times without the bad times. This life, like it is what it is. So that's how I live. So that's why I could be going through something and people be looking at me like, oh, how are you like this? It's because I don't let whatever I'm going through affect me in that way. Like, do I grieve when people die? All those different things, yes. But just because somebody died, just because something like that happened, like a traumatic incident or something like that, I don't let that stop me from being who I am, and I don't let that stop me from doing what I'm supposed to do. Because these kids still got to eat, these bills still got to get paid, these goals still got to get accomplished, and all those different things like that. Is that simple.
That's a mindset to have for real, because like you told me before, like you just said too as well, you gotta be stronger than what you're going through. And you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, this shit can either break you or build you. And one thing that you can't let this do is fold you. That's number one. Like we're not into the folding part of life, period. Because majority of us, we've been through certain things in life and we ain't fold in them situations. So why we gonna fold now when shit getting a little tough? It's alright. Pile up as much as you want. Because we're gonna take care of all of this shit. I know sometimes some things be a little heavy for me, but I still find a way to just still go through it and just, like you said, find something in it, learn something from it. You know what I'm saying? Because every single tough obstacle in life is not going to be the same. Some things are going to be small, some things are going to be big. If you trip over the small things, what makes you think you're going to accomplish any hard problems that come along the way?
You gotta learn to love what you go through. It don't matter if it's bad, don't matter if it's negative. You gotta learn, you gotta love it.
That's the
Because
part.
you gotta change your mindset. And stop saying why you and start saying why not me. And learn something, grow from it, and move forward.
That's
This
it.
shit's simple. This shit is easy. This is just how I view it. You know what I mean? It's my life. This is how I've been living. And this is how I'm gonna continue to live because it worked for me.
Yeah.
And you gotta do it work for you. And it's just that simple.
Fucking bar. That's a bar. Listen, I always love talking to my brother. I always love to ask him questions. I love, like, sometimes we be on the phone for an hour or two and we don't even realize that we've been on the phone for that long because the conversation is just, we go everywhere from whatever topics we talk about. It's just be over everything. It doesn't matter. Like, it's just regular. Just to even hear the voice or, hey, yo, guys, what's good? Whatever, God, what's going on? Like, we just read each other differently. And it's a different type of love and it's a different type of bond. So we got to keep that going. You know, if y'all don't learn something from brotherhood, like this is one excellent example of brotherhood. Like you got to keep the people around you that loves you, that's loyal to you, that respect you. That's number one. Fuck love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Love is important too as well in a friendship, in a relationship. But respect is overall. Respect everything. And if he respect me, I respect him, and I respect myself, so he respects me. You know what I'm saying? So we carry ourselves how we're supposed to carry ourselves, and we conduct how we conduct ourselves. That's all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't worry about too much things where who's here, who ain't here, or whatever the case is, man. We here. That's what matters. If the people that matters is here, that's all we worry about. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we can't wish nobody bad because at the end of the day, why wish somebody bad when that shit could come back to us? Like, we just wish people love, peace, peace and happiness, man. You know what I'm saying? However you get it. And because we don't have no room for hate in our heart. Like, I feel like no matter where we at right now, we in the right place at the right time. Simple. So yo, listen, this was just a little short mental health awareness, we in the mental health month. I'm grateful and thankful to have my brother as not just as a friend, but somebody that teaches me too as well. You know what I mean? We learn from each other. We there for each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, it's just another one. So stay solid in a world full of suckers, and keep making your dreams reality, which is my boy shit. Don't stop for nobody. Don't let your tough days be your last days. Let your tough days be your best days. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. That's what builds you. The moment that you feel you're at your weakest, that's the moment you build strength. So, you know, stay solid in a world full of suckers. Peace.
Peace.